morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it happens to be for you. Welcome back to episode 6 of our Solo World playthrough with no mods on the new Update 12. So, we haven't done anything. I think I may have I remember spending some time, unrecorded since the last episode, and if I remember right, all I did was go collect a bunch of birch. I laid down all my hardwood that would be the size of the house. So we need to move our walls out. The birch was to make hardwood hewn in order, I guess it would help if I remove the title screen. Yay! Sorry, I woke up not long ago, maybe half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm still getting rid of my brain fog. But yeah, as I said, we collected a bunch of a bunch of cedar in order to make some more normal hewn logs, because we're going to terraform this area. This is 72, so right here, this is 71. We're going to take the regular hewn and lay it across here and lay dirt all the way across so it's nice and flat, and we have an open hole down here where we might put the first part of the craft room for now. We'll figure out what we're doing with, until we build the second tier of the house. We'll probably move that stockpile up on the roof. As I said, we took all our hardwood hewn and laid it out where the land claims would be for the house size, all the way over to here. We still got to go out one more, I think. No, why? We might have to take one off this side, I think. Unless we actually make it fully, the full width, give the bedrooms and bathrooms an extra tile width. Make the kitchen even bigger. But yeah, we'll end up pulling that and set it on top of this for now. So where we'll stick our stockpiles for now is up on top of the roof. That means we'll terraform part of that hill out when we move dirt down. And also by doing that, we won't have any animals down there. They'll only spawn up on the flat surface. I think I cleaned up the extra dirt that was over there with the crushed granite, and put it over there in that hole. Like I said, we're going to start terraforming this and cleaning it up. We're going to also, from right in here, start digging this way and dig down, so that eventually we start digging into down below this. This is at 64, and we were looking at this over here being 66. So yeah, if at the end of the house we start digging our ramp down, hopefully we don't cut too much into the visible dirt, if we know we're going to when we pop out of this. If we're going to catch the edge down here, we're going to want to just lay extra dirt here and try to make it look like, it's part of the terrain. But that's our plan for this episode, is to start digging everything that we can and get to where we can find iron so that we can start our metallurgy basics that we need for either the regular cooking, the regular baking, but primarily so we get module 2s, and there's one more thing. Smelting. So we need 100 ore for this. We'll need 20 ore for each upgrade 2 that we end up making, and we need 50 per for both the baking book and the cooking book eventually. So the idea is to find our iron so we can start making pages in advance so we don't have to worry about them later. But any sandstone that we find will start turning into basic geology books or basic geology pages, so that we have 3 plus another 5. Oh no, that's the mortar pages. We'd have to make a mortared stone in order to do these, and the hewn logs. So we'll make our hewn logs, get our 3 here. We'll take sandstone, make 5 new basic generics, which means any basic level, and so that we replace the 5 dendrologies that we have on hand. Because we don't really want to use, we want to save those for right here. Which really, we could make one more. I was just pulling wood. That's right. I told you I'm still a little brain fogged. Here we will do 3, 4, 5. Let's do 10 to start. 9. That's 5 for the book, and 3 for, or 4 for 2 modules. So this is going to end up using up the limestone that is in that stockpile. From the last episode. Dummy. Wrong stuff to eat. Yeah, so this is going to eat through the limestone that we have in here, which is not a big deal. Normally we want it, but it's still so early, it does not make a difference what stone we use. What we do need to do, however, is pull this up and move it over here. What we also want to do is make another couple stockpiles. Not tiny. There. What's that moving around for? Was it because I was standing on the rope? It wasn't because there was an animal next to me, that's for sure. Unless that was bothering me. We need the wood. We need 20 wood for that. We can't put that in there. Like I said, this is the other reason why we want to clean this up and get it to where animals aren't getting in our way. Get out of here. Go away. Hey. Alright. You're ticking me off. It's time to make the bow. We gotta start killing these things. We need 30 fibers. Need 14 more wood, make that 24. Oh, they're pissing me off. Alright, arrows. We need 2 per. Let's just make 10. That'll get us 40 arrows. So we need 20 wood. Start by taking 10 over here, and guess what? This is where we want to pick this back up, put it back over here. I know we said we didn't want it here, but this is temporary usage. That'll get us our arrows. The other thing we want to do is to start some hewn logs. Trying to decide how many we need. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 15 across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So how about 120 to start with? Regular hewn, let's do 120. We have the dowel rod, so that's not a problem. most of this should get us to where we have our get our next star. So once there's our arrows, put those there. We don't have hunter. We don't have the extra bonus for damage, because if we had hunting, our wooden bow would have a damage increase of 40%. So we're only doing 1 instead of doing 1.4. That's... Alright, I got too many things going on in my head. Let's find our 2 stockpiles that we made, wherever they went. There. Alright, so right there. There we go. Do that. This one we are going to move the dowels to, wood to, wood to, and that. Let's just leave the boards down there. Right, that is reaching that. These will go in this one, and move that to there. That means this can be picked up. Throw that up there. That means we need more hard hewn to fill in this. Which would mean we'd have to go find some more hardwood. Storage, that one is at the top. Let's move these to this stockpile. If anything, that's a pull from. I don't want to sleep. I just want to use this tent, not sleep. there. No, we can't. Not from here. Damn, wolf. Okay, so this is 71, so right there. We're not really using the floor, it doesn't matter, because we're going to end up pulling these up. Or do we? No, we said we were going to make this the initial craft room, so yes, we do want to. Great, broken. Great, we need more. Coarse stone. That sounded like wolves just ate a bison. Okay, so we need. I said that sounded like a bison dying, and we heard the wolves barking. But I don't see a dead bison laying anywhere. Unless they're down there? No. I don't even see the wolves. Oh well. So for that we need stone up there. Oh, I'll be so glad when we get to mining 3. Leave me alone. Jesus Christ, wolves. You just ate a bison. You don't need to come eat on me. Alright, that should be enough to probably finish. Yeah, the pages are done. Just needs to find our I know, I said we were gonna go mining and I haven't done that yet. Not really. You'll understand why I just did that here in a minute. Change these back to the other way. Turn aside. Dig out the area that's going to be where the road's going. Which means we're going to have clay that we got to dig up. Or we just leave the clay and work around it. We got the crushed right there too that we're going to have to get out of the way to finish the first floor of the house. Of course we break the shovel. Probably could have left that, but I think we're going to go ahead and no, we didn't. We had to take that one. We gotta go to at least this one. That's right. We're not going to dig up anything that we're going to end up using for a flooring aspect right now. Hungry. I thought it was because I was full. I may have just dug too far that way, but of course, we're breaking all the tools. Okay, where's the land claim? Right here. There's our masonry star. Should be able to take masonry. I know we said we'd like hunting, but we need masonry first so we can do the mortared stone. So now that we did that, we can do mortared stone. We need how many for pages to get basic engineering? We need 3 advanced pages. 3 advanced pages is 60 mortar stone. So we need 60 mortared stone. We don't quite have the stone yet, but we will in time. Storage wise, we have those for that. We need 3 advanced dendrologies. Wow. Alright. We're going ahead and do that, and that means we need to do 60 more here. And now we need to eat. So we can go digging some more stone. Mining is only level 2. Where's the land claim? Right here would be into the house. So 1, 2, 3. We need to go 2 more. And then we can go down. Now we can start digging our ramp down. Give us more than enough stone so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mason 1. That's 3, so we gotta go 2 more, and then at the bottom of it we go So when we come back, we'll do food. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Eat some food. Gonna have to make some more salads before long. One, two, three, 4, 5. Sand. That means we're under the desert. 4. Alright, it means we're under the desert. It's just about a matter of how much. And we won't know that until we dig up. I mean, we'll see that we're right here. But we're standing back, so we're basically right here right now. So we're real close on the height that we're going to need. This is 62, so we'd still have to go down 2 more before we hit a, quote, flat spot. Because we can't do any more digging until we get some sand out of here. And the sand's going to require us to shovel one at a time, which means we're going to have to get our wagon and put it in down there in that hallway. Alright, since we're at a stopping point there, we're making these right now. Okay, give me 20. The full 20 was for making the farmer's table, which I don't think we're going to do just yet. Besides, we can dig up more dirt for that. Alright, gets all our dirt down. Now we just need to get some more dirt that we can put over here once we dig it up. So we got 1, 2, 3. Trying to decide what I want to do next. Guess we'll move the wagon down here. Well, I guess that answers our question on where we are. So you have to take this one out in order to be able to get down. Ooh, wait. Alright, so why are you not going where I want you to? Desert sand, desert sand, desert sand, desert sand. So that's AKA dirt. There. So yeah, if we end up doing 3 high for our steam truck to be able to go down this ramp, we're gonna have to do some terraforming up above before we pull this out. One, two, three, four. Five. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and this is 60, 2, 3, 4. So now where we're at, we would be doing the first 5 tiles are going to be straight, and maybe 10. Yeah, I think we're going to do 10 tiles straight, and then we'll go an angle down this direction and an angle down that direction. So like I said, and then we'll figure out where too hungry. Of course. Of course we're too hungry. We cannot dig our world domination while on an empty stomach. Back to a shovel. Actually, we'd have to go 11 tiles flat, because when we hit here, we are technically 1 tile short of the land claim. So the land claim should be, yep, right there. So this is the first of our 10. So that's masonry. We can turn this into mortar. all this dirt that we're going to pull out, we're going to take it further up and terraform the ceiling. Or the landmass above us. Clay. That's next to the so on this flat, we're going to dig till we have 15 tiles of flat. So in order to tell where we are 15 tiles, we just pull out the land claim. There's 5. There's 10. So we need 5 more. And once we put in our ramps, we'll be digging out one more high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, didn't do 5. Did 3 upper. There we go. There's 5. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Oh yeah, messing up. Have to figure out exactly where this tunnel is, so when we do a 5 high, we know where the 66 is to have the roof. Alright, clearly we're close to the surface there because we're seeing the light come through. Let's go to the map. So, markers, drop 1. Uh, 60 intersection. Southwest. You'll understand why we did that. So now we come over here, we jump. So this is only 63, so we need 2 tiles higher. Well, 3 tiles higher. So we need it up to that height right there. Unless we want to bring a ramp up into the desert from this. wondering, what is this over here? This is 63. What about out here? This is 62. That's all flat there, so that's 62. So maybe from our 60 intersection, we got one that's going to go that way down. We got one that's going to go this way down. So the other corner of the northbound or northern part of that intersection, we could bring a ramp up and be up here into the desert, and then just have the road go across here. Yeah, because we could put agaves or Joshuas or seguros out here on this 62 flat. So it might mean we end up digging up all this sand that's right here, or this desert sand right here, in order to make it flat with that area. Or maybe this upper tier that we have here is where we put our agave, and everything down here will be our Joshuas and seguros, along with up on top of that one little rise over there in the corner. So maybe this smaller section right here will cut this smooth when we bring the tunnel out. Because we're on 66 right here, so this would be... Oh, yes. Yes, yes. We'll bring the ramp up. This will be the roof. And then once we come up a little bit, and then we can turn the road and come straight out into what we have. So we'll come out from underneath a raised area. So we'll figure out where, so everything in this little section will be lifted for its roof. Perfect. So we'd have to take do our fake flooring again, or fake ground. Bring some hewn wood out here. Either that, or we just dump a bunch of dirt here and then pull it back up later. But I think we do the wood because it'd be easier to clean up. So, yeah, we'll do that later. It's planning things out. That's all it is. Really didn't want to put that in there. Alright, I think this is where I'm going to call this. Like I said, we're getting to where we're having that aspect of where we want it down this tunnel. We know where we're going from here. So you've got the first part of the ramp. We just need basic engineering to make our ramps so that we can bring the cart down a lot easier and take it back up. When we go to make roads, we'll start with all the crush that we have around our base camp here and our property. So yeah, like I said, we'll dig at the end here, we'll dig a 10 by 10 going this direction. At the end of it, we will build our ramp going up that gets us out into the desert. At the end of this one, we are going down another 5 tiles, another floor down to 54. Maybe even farther. We'll have to decide. We might actually make another flat and then go down again. This area, we are going to go down at least. So one of these two will go down 1 floor. The other one will go down 2. And we'll probably go down 1 here, then go to a flat, then go down 1 to where we go down 2 over here. For me, it's just the way I do my road system. Storage. Move this all the way to the top. Move this one here. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Alright, masonry, let's do 9. Let's use up all the sand that we have right now. There's no point in making the grindstone until we have iron. There's no other things. I mean, we could make whetstones, which will reduce the amount of damage that we do to our tools when we repair them. Because these, I think it's like 1% difference, so. Oh, these are new. So you're not having to wait till pottery to have pots. So you can have decoration. Interesting. Those are definitely new to 12. But they are higher mason. They're 3s. The fireplace is a 5, so you'd have to have mason 5 in order to make a fireplace for a living room. 3 is on the fountains. We'll have millstones for the arastas, millstone for the mill. Alright, so we're looking at more hewn. What was stopping the hewn? Regular wood. Alright, so it looks like we're doing some tree chopping next episode. So I will see everyone in the next episode where we get basic engineering book done and continue doing the tasks around the base to get us to where we really want to be. So we need more wood, period. The softwoods in order to make regular hewn, hardwoods to expand our house to the full size that we want. Then eventually one or the other will be used to make our little craft room over there. So we can move the stuff out of that back room and move it over. We'll, end up putting the living room in this aspect back here in place of this little craft room. We'll leave the research. We'll make a little cubby hole for it, a nice 2x3 room, so it doesn't interact with the living room, but it'll be considered in its room all by itself for laboratory aspect in order to make our pages without hindering bonus to the future living room. So again, we'll be moving things around and all that stuff, getting things properly set up. So we'll continue to, like I said, continue to dig up this stuff to make room for, or make the first floor of the house as well as we can. Maybe once we finish the roof area that the roof will be, or the floor in between floors, we'll build the kitchen up above. That way we have the second floor, or the lower floor, that we can make double bedroom, double bathroom, and have the living room down there. And we'll make the kitchen all the way up here at the top. So I will see everyone in the next episode where we do a lot of tree chopping. And maybe take some dirt or something. Maybe do a little terraforming while we're making hewn of this hill. Finish filling in that hole so we can plant trees in all that area. And deal with filling in that hole over there. So we have another flat area that we have nothing but trees being planted, because we want to start replanting our trees, both cedar and birch. The oaks I think we will hold off on. I mean, like I said, we want to finish filling in this, and so that we can plant birches and cedars back in this area as we keep chopping more trees. Maybe in this area we'll put some oaks. After we fill in this hole, this little area will be some oaks, if they grow. We got trio potential oak. Yeah. Right, so oaks are only going to grow in. Oaks are going to mostly grow over there. So yeah, this is not even an oak growing area. So yeah, maybe we won't have any oaks for a while. But our birches, you know, we get over here, this is a massive area that is, if we get and start leveling out some areas here, we'll be able to have birches and chibas, or birches and cedars. See, we'll have cedar in all of this, more over here, and then we'll have birches, a section of birch. Or maybe we'll do ooh, interesting. We'll have to see where this is and then basically cut it off here and level this all out here. Make a nice little square area. And then put the cedars all in this area. So yeah, this is what we're filling in. So we'll want to pull up like this area here, level it down to this. So this will be the dirt that we pull up to throw in here. And then we'll leave a step up for the house. Put a couple ramps in there so we can bring the cart up and down into our cedar area. And have ramps come up to a flatter area for cedars over here. Yeah, okay. But that's for next time. We'll figure things out there, and I will see everyone in episode 7, where we do a lot of tree chopping, maybe a little terraforming, and continue working with our wood aspect. So until episode 7, enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be. Until then.